to do a reading for April 2021 for the astrological sign Capricorn. So if you are a Capricorn, thank you so much for checking in as well. Maybe you're watching this for a friend and you want to let them know as well. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel and as well commenting on these videos. I so much appreciate it, and I'm just doing my best to keep growing my channel, so don't forget to let other people know that could benefit from this. With you guys, I felt like going into your Akashic records as long as there's permission from you. And I'm just calling Reiki healing energy in as well. And if I feel called to doing any theta healing downloads for you guys as well, it feels right. So all you have to do is say yes to the downloads. And if you don't comment yes, it's better to comment because you're consciously becoming aware of it. But if you just say yes in your head, you'll also receive that energy, okay? So the cards that I'm using today, feel free to say hello if you're watching. And again, if you have any questions about this too, you can totally ask while we're doing a live. And so I have an Instagram page as well where I go on there and do things as well. So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are kind of where I hang out. If you want to book a reading or a healing session with me, you can go into robinshealing.com and click through my PayPal. Or I do PayPal as well if you're paying with a credit card for products as well. But I'm not sure why I said PayPal. That's weird because I use you can just pay through my my booking link when you book. Maybe that's what you needed to hear. Pay when you book, please. All right. And those sessions are 35 minutes and 75 minutes. Okay. So, Gossip, Page of Swords. All right. So, hopefully you guys can see okay. I don't have my complete setup here, but I'm sure you can see it enough. So, okay, this is like a bit of a heavy energy because whenever we see the energy of pages, it's telling us that there's still some things that we're working on, okay? We're learning. And so when we see the energy of swords, it's also telling us that we're doing a lot of thinking. So it feels like we're learning how to think in productive ways. So seeing the positive. Capricorns tend to be very logical, whereas it's funny, I'm paired with a Capricorn in my love relationship, and it makes sense because he grounds me and I get him all airy and fairy. So that's what this card is talking about. Be around people who bring out joy, bring out happiness, right? Even if it's a love relationship, this is saying like pay closer attention to the patterns in your relationships, who you've attracted, because you might want to actually start changing the rhythm of those patterns. So if you are kind of like boring, you want to spice it up and have more fun, which means you're going to be showing people a new version of you, which is fabulous. So often I do spreads, but I didn't feel called to doing a spread. But if you would like to trust that it's okay for you to have a little bit more light in your life, just say yes, okay? So again, whether you're a Capricorn or not, you could do this. Okay. The other thing too is you guys are picking up on a lot of other people's emotions this month, and it's great that you guys are really like becoming more sensitive to other people, but at the same time it might be that you're growing so much and so quickly that you want to even take it down a notch. So as I was saying, like Capricorns, like my Capricorn grounds me, but it doesn't necessarily mean that as a Capricorn you are necessarily grounded, because you might be extremely sensitive depending on what other signs you have in your chart, right? So we have our moon sign and we have our ascending sign too. So it's really good to check those out and see how some of these connect, because I just sense that there's someone that's watching that they're almost like they're watching this, but they're not really a strong Capricorn, okay? It's they're not watching the right video. All right, pay close attention to that. The Wheel of Fortune, Angel of Destiny. Okay, too many emotions, too much chaotic energy, okay? I want to keep this at 5 minutes. So this is saying that you might not believe in predicting the future, but hopefully you believe in like attracting things that are positive. That's what this is talking about, that you are in control of attracting good things to come. And that's your job to do. So it's taking more accountability and recognizing your own gifts and your own beauty. So there is some self-love energy coming up with the Wheel of Fortune. Keep in mind, guys, all this information's online too, so if you want to look up what some of these cards mean for additional information, go right ahead. I'm going to be doing a free workshop on the date is to be announced, but that might be something you want to do if you like learning about cards, astrology, and numerology. The Fool, Angel of Innocence. Okay, this makes sense because you guys are working on being able to trust yourselves on a deeper level. You're working on intuition. It's not quite fully there yet for some, but this is saying that you're learning to be more open. And so what's coming up is less stress, more like asking for forgiveness, that sort of thing, like admitting when you're wrong. So if you have a stubborn side, letting go of that this month. Okay. King of Swords, decisions. We have some worry warts in the group, and this is like a general thing, so watch my general April reading as well for all signs. This is saying that some people are just super negative, okay? And the king is very masculine, so sometimes when we're too much in our masculine and not enough in our feminine, it can take over and it can actually give us a lot of stress, anxiety, nervous tension, and it can actually make us kind of like unhappy, maybe a control freak. Maybe we could project some of our energy, our negative thoughts and thinking patterns or beliefs on other people. So make sure that you're keeping your negativity to yourself. So I was just advertising a smudge spray that I have on my Robin's Healing business page. You might want some of that this month, okay? Heaviness in the heart, 10 of Wands, burdens, okay? So this is when we take on too much and we say, oh, I've got this, like I'm a leader, I'm good. And it's kind of like, yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So take it a little bit easier this month. Gravitate again to people who take away your stress, not who add to it. So if you're finding that you're getting a little emotional or upset about things, just step back from the energy and recognize that, okay, this is probably something that I could change instead of thinking that they need to change. Because there's always something within ourselves that we can change instead of worrying about, you know, how other people are doing this to us. So getting out of any victim mindsets as well. Again, the heaviness in the heart is what is causing some people stress, as I was discussing forgiveness work. That might be something, if you want to work with me directly, you can, or just the Ho'oponopono prayer is something you can also look up. Indifference, 4 of Cups. Okay, you guys are having some really interesting energy. Getting a little bit of tension in the back of my head, and that's telling me that there's someone who's, again, they're more worried and concerned about like maybe other people or what other people think, that they're forgetting about like being happy with what they already have. So if you have a lack mindset, I can also help you with that, but it's really your job to see like that you have friends, that you have loved ones, that you're not alone, that you are supported, that there is spirituality. Okay, but that's your job to do and nobody else's. So Capricorns have an interesting month, okay? You do have the love card just to finish off, more as like, we'll say like as a conclusion for you guys, that you guys are going to grow this month. So even if there's some turbulence and conflict and it feels like everything's everywhere, or again, you might be projecting, what's coming up is you're going to start seeing things in a different light, and good things are going to start coming to you. So I would definitely check out my May astrological readings as well as my general as that comes up too, okay? But gratitude practice would be really helpful towards the end of April. Take care. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye for now. That was a longie. And then let's also let go of all that tension and stress that you guys are feeling and replace that with feelings of forgiveness. And if so, say yes. Okay, and there are people who are purposely, what's really weird, trying to piss other people off, okay? So if that's you, if you may go out of your way to ruffle other people's feathers, again, take a look at that within yourself as well. If you know or you're conscious and aware that you're not doing something positive, then ask yourself again, how is this serving me? Is this helping my heart or hurting my heart, okay? So big time energy work this month. Bye for now.